Right now, loved ones are saying their final goodbyes to this MetroLink security officer. There is a visitation being held for James Cook, who was murdered while on duty. In the meantime, a push to arm security guards like Cook is failing to advance. News 4's Russell Kinsella is live at the Del Mar Loop MetroLink station where Cook was shot and killed. Russell, you're pressing for answers on how trains will be made safer.
That's right. You know, James Cook would drive in from his home in Franklin County to work security here at this MetroLink stop on the Del Mar Loop. I talked to the pastor of his church today who said many have reached out to him to say, how could he do that job without having all the proper tools, one of which would be a firearm to protect himself? Well, one member of the Bi-State Board sees it exactly the same way.
Our hearts go out to James, his wife, and his children.
The Safety Committee of the Bi-State Board that oversees MetroLink held an emergency meeting on Monday. Board member Derek Keith Cox wanted an item on the agenda to raise the issue of arming security officers, but it was left off.
I want to talk about the agenda first.
Do I have a motion to go into an executive session?
I'll make a motion.
Have a second?
Point of order.
Have a roll call.
Point of order.
That's
Point of order.
In the wake of James Cook's shooting death while working as a MetroLink security officer, Cox wants to see security officers allowed to carry firearms.
The only reason I'm so passionate about this, we've got to stop something like this from happening in the future.
The president and CEO of Bi-State told me that the agreement with the federal government that authorizes the operations of public transportation in the St. Louis area forbids armed security guards.
Specifically, the compact says that yes, we can have individuals that carry deadly force, but they have to be full police officers.
If that is the case, and it is clear as day, this law, that our security is not allowed to have weapons, then let's lobby and try to change this.
Talby Roach said it could be changed, but wouldn't be easy. But more importantly, he says riders have told them the decision to use deadly force is difficult enough for trained police officers and that they're not comfortable with less trained security officers having that ability. So Bi-State has been hiring more police officers.
We're just like the city of St. Louis, Russell. We can't put a police officer on every single corner. But what we can do is put a rigorous plan that gets as much presence on the system as possible.
So board member Cox was eventually able to get his proposal out, asking the committee whether or not to recommend to the full board that security officers should be armed, but that was voted down. Now, Talby Roach said that the system has improved security, but it is far from perfect. Live at the Del Mar Loop, Russell Kinsella, News 4.
Russell, thank you.